Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Just the debate of everyone here today we will have a debate on the motion. This was believe that parents should not give gadget to children under 15. We have two teams. Number one, Teams Pro, we agree with the motion. Teams 2, Team Contra, they disagree with the motion. Let's begin our debate. Team Pro, Speaker 1, Naila. I would like to invite the first speaker of the Pro, Naila, to start the debate.
Okay, we as a Team Pro, we are agree with statement parents don't give gadget for children under 15 years. The important reason is children very easy to deceive and easily influenced by what they see on the internet. The first point is children very easy to believe anything what they see in the internet. Children cannot yet distinguish information is real or fake. Meanwhile, for now in the internet lots of hoax. So from this, maybe if children have gadget and no one is watching, so children can believe with hoax information. And then the second point is in the social media there are lots of dangerous trends and or bad trends, and children have high curiosity, so children can follow the dangerous trend just because viral or cool. And then the third point is children don't have free access anything in the internet, because in the internet we can find dangerous content like pornography, crime, and like this. So if children have gadgets, children can access the information without supervision. And the last point is if children have gadgets, so parents should to control and manage 24/7. Parents should to check the screen time, everything application they open and like this. But the problem is not parents can monitor this. So I think the good solution is parents don't give gadget to children under 15.
Okay, thank you, Speaker 1 of the Team Pro. The next, I invite the first speaker of Team Contra, Zura, to share her arguments.
Thank you. As the opposition, we believe parents should be allowed to give gadgets to children under 15. Currently, many children already use gadgets for entertainment, communication, and sometimes for learning. Schools frequently integrate technology into teaching, and many educational resources are only accessible online. However, not all children have access to gadgets. Those without gadgets often struggle to access online learning materials, digital assignment, and additional knowledge sources. This creates an educational gap between students who have gadgets and those who don't. Our goal is to ensure that children can access modern learning resources and use technology to support their academic growth. We will achieve this by encouraging healthy gadget use, such as parental supervision, time limits, and installing educational apps to maximize learning benefits while minimizing the risk. So, my first argument is children should be allowed to use gadgets because gadgets give them access to fast learning materials that can significantly increase their knowledge. With gadgets, children can explore subjects beyond what is taught in school. They can access interactive learning platforms, science animations, language apps, and global information instantly. This allows children to learn independently and develop curiosity. For example, platforms like YouTube allow children to learn math, science, and language through visual explanation. Many students use these platforms to understand lessons better and improve their academic performance. Therefore, allowing children under 15 to use gadgets is crucial because it expands their knowledge and support their overall learning and development. The second argument is gadgets should be allowed because phones and tablets can directly support children's studies. Students can use gadgets to search for information, read free online books, watch educational videos, and complete digital school assignments. With the rise of online learning materials, gadgets have become essential tools for academic success. For instance, students often rely on digital libraries, online textbooks, and tutorial videos when their school materials are limited. Educational apps like Google Classroom, Quizzes, or online dictionaries help them finish homework more efficiently. because gadgets can easily be used to support children's studies. Banning parents from giving gadgets would only hinder their academic progress and limit their learning opportunities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Speaker 1 of the Contra. The next, I invite the second speaker of the Team Pro Concern to continue the Pro Team's arguments.
Okay, so thank you to the previous speaker. While the opposition claims that gadgets benefit children's learning, their arguments overlook the significant risks that gadgets bring. Firstly, they argue that gadgets enhance education. However, children don't usually use gadgets to read journals or do their homework, as they more likely to play games or so. They also frequently access unreliable information online, and this actually harms proper learning. The internet is also full of unverified content, so physical books and teacher remain essential for building strong literacy and critical thinking skills. And secondly, children are highly vulnerable to digital addiction. This leads to poor concentration, decreased academic performance, and weaker social skills because they spend less time interacting with another person in real life. Digital addiction might also lead to various physical effects, as they cause eye strain, sleep problems, and posture issues, which ultimately affecting their readiness to learn. And there are also serious safety and mental health risks, as children can be exposed to inappropriate content which doesn't suit their age, cyberbullying, and harmful comparisons on social media, which result in anxiety and low self-esteem. So for these reasons, limiting gadget use is essential to protect children's education, well-being, and healthy development. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for answer to Pro 2. And the next, I invite to Meme Contra 2.
Okay, thank you for the time. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say that yes, I do agree that internet does possess certain risk for children, but I do also think that barring children completely from the internet or any form of gadget is impossible either. As stated before by my friend, that the education sphere right now, especially in the modern age, requires a lot of internet literacy and other forms of information gathering that are not available in books. For example, textbooks might state, for example, facts A, B, and C. But I do think that limiting children to only read those kinds of materials won't help them develop the critical thinking skills they need from the internet. Speaking about critical thinking skills, yes, I do agree that some children are more gullible than the others, but I'm not generalizing that every children will be especially vulnerable to certain information as any other groups. Because in my opinion, as said by my friend before, that my house believes that children should still be monitored by their parents, not like 100% free on the internet, but I do think that parents should guide their children in the internet. It's basically the same in every aspect of life. That parents should accompany their children, either it's studying, interacting, or any sort of life aspects. This includes the internet. I do think that parents should monitor their children. Yes, I do agree that maybe parents should monitor their screen time hours, what contents that they watch. Yes, I do agree. But I think that if parents were being overly protective, I do think that some children will rebel and they will try to find stuff that their parents will not allow. So I do think that parents play an important role in raising the children in how they behave in the internet and both offline of the internet. And as for the mental health issues and other forms of addiction, yeah, it's basically the same. I do think parents should monitor their children. Maybe they can read their texts, form guidelines agreed by the children and understood by the children. So what I'm saying is that children are not as gullible as they seem, and I do think with proper guidance from the parents, children could thrive in the internet and not be like the gullible, childish things that we project them to be. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you to speaker 2 of Team Contra. The next, I will now move the closing statement. I invite the third speaker of the Team Pro, Casey, to give final statement from the Pro team.
We believe that giving gadgets to children under 15 brings more harm than good. As we stated before, children are easily influenced, can get addicted to screens, might find inappropriate content, and often struggle to control their time online, which affect their learning and social skills. They are also at risk of meeting dangerous dangers, facing cyberbullying, and being misled by unverified information, while traditional learning methods remain safer and more reliable. That is why this house believes that parents should not give gadgets to children under 15.
Thank you to speaker two of the team pro. Next, finally, I invite the third speaker of team Contra, Vela, to give the final statement from the Contra team.
Okay, thank you for the time. Children should be allowed to have phones under 15 since by then. Children are already quite developed and can easily distinguish danger and subtext. Moreover, the internet could be useful for the student study. That's why this house appeals that parents should give gadgets to children under 15. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to all the speaker from both STEM. This in and the end of our debate. This house believes that parents should not give gadget to children under 15. Give applause to all. We now give the time to the judges to make their decision. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.